Today is January 18th, 2010. The Highland Mills Methodist Church has just concluded its 150th anniversary celebration. Today we're at the Gatehouse Historic Site where we're going to look at a display that the Woodbury Historical Society put together commemorating the Highland Mills Church's 150th anniversary. Let's go inside and take a look. We're inside the gatehouse now, and you can see a banner that we had displayed throughout the year. Each month of 2009 we tried to do a special activity to commemorate the 150th celebration. We're actually celebrating the building of the church, the present church structure, in 1859. History of the church goes back before that, but the real anniversary began 1859 to 2009. One of the most interesting pieces of history we have here at the Highland Mills Church is this quilt that you'll see here. This quilt was actually created in 1940 as a fundraiser by the Ladies' Aid Group of the Highland Mills Methodist Church. People, not only in the church but throughout the whole community, could pay 10 cents to have their name embroidered on this quilt. There are a total of 462 names on this quilt. It's been passed down from hand to hand and is now owned by June Menkins, who has lent it to us for this exhibit. So at 10 cents a name, this quilt raised $46.20, which in 1940 was a respectable and welcome donation. One of the most interesting features of our church is the organ. The organ was built and installed in 1928 at a cost of $2,700. You'll see in this, if we just pan up a little bit, you'll see in this article from the newspaper in 1979, the organ was taken apart completely and disassembled throughout the church and rebuilt. One of our major goals in the church has been to maintain this beautiful organ. The picture of the lady at the organ is Shirley Cathy, who was the organist in 1979. And she is the granddaughter of Sarah Cromwell, who was the original organist when the organ was built in 1928. Here we have a blueprint. I don't know if you can see that, but it is the blueprint of the construction of the organ. And we've tried to preserve it and maintain it, and it still provides beautiful music all these years later. This is one of the most interesting pieces of memorabilia we have from our church history. What you're looking at here is an original key from 1859, a 150-year-old key that originally opened the front door of the church. The first celebration in the church was in 1899 when the church celebrated its 40th anniversary, and this book was created. It's a fascinating book. I'm not sure you can make it out. This is the picture of the original church, where the church looked originally, I should say. Up in the upper right corner is the parsonage, which still exists. It's a house that's at the corner of 32 and Ridge Road across from the church. It's now a private residence. The book was filled with remembrances of past pastors. It had wonderful advertisements which really capture the time in 1899. Also, they had a copy of the service they had, the anniversary service. They had recipes in here. They had all kinds of interesting information, and much work went into putting this book together, and we've treasured it ever since. Among all of our historical materials are a number of very old Bibles. We have hymnals and so forth. The oldest Bible we have in the church is this one right here. It was presented to the church by a woman named Phoebe Thorne in 1840. So that was even before the present church was built. This is the oldest piece of material history we have. There are other Bibles and so forth, as I say. This is a hymnal from 1878, and given by Ms. Lizzie Ford is a book entitled Methodist Hymnal with Tunes, 1887. This is an interesting book. It describes Bible symbols. The whole book talks about symbols that we find in the Bible, and the Bible in pictures. So again, that's a very old book. Don't know quite sure how old it is. In the historical materials, we also have found many ledgers, trustee meetings, financial records, church history books, and so forth. This book right here is actually minutes of the trustees meeting in August 20th, 1859, and this section actually describes the vote that was taken and the bids that were received to build the present church. There were three bids received to build the church, going from $2,692 all the way up to $3,497. I'm quite sure the $2,692 bid was taken, so the church was built fundamentally, essentially, for about $2,700, again, 150 years ago. Over to farther down on the table here, we have more records, church ledgers, and over here we have an interesting piece donated or given to us on loan from Bev Connolly. Is the kind of thing that years ago was done quite often. This is a community cookbook dated 1941. It was compiled by the Junior Aid Society of the Highland Mills Methodist Church, and the inside cover shows all the members of the Junior Aid Circle at that time.